Hi Wildflowers class, I'm Sammy. This is my house. We're gonna do a yard tour and today I'm gonna be a wildflower expert and we're gonna go through all the wildflowers I have in my front and backyard and I'm gonna tell you guys some cool fun facts. All right, let's get into it. Okay, starting off, we have a big dandelion. Hello. Dandelions are actually known as a pioneer plant because they can grow basically anywhere, as you can see. Even this one right here is thriving on the sidewalk. Back to where we were. Another one that stands out is this butterweed. Hello. And there's another one right here as well. So cute. One thing I found interesting about butterweed is that, yes, it's great for pollinators like this bee, or that's a bee right there. But it's also a great food source for crawfish. But the crawfish don't eat the flowers. Instead, they eat the decomposing leaves and stems. Right below the butterweed, I think we can see some, oh, I don't know what that was. Oh, what is this? You can see all of this ground ivy. If we can notice these purple little flowers, that's how you can tell if it will focus. Very cool. One thing that I learned about ground ivy that I thought was super cool was that historically it was once used as a flavoring and a clearing agent for beer. For brewing. Another thing I love about my front yard is that I have these little tulips. So cute. And I think I have another one right over here. Believe it or not, there's actually over 3,000 different types of tulips. And I really like this colorway, so I'm glad those are the ones in my front yard. Another cool fun fact about tulips is that in the 1600s, they were super expensive and everyone wanted them. And this period was called tulip mania. Okay, guys, let's move on to my backyard. That's where the party is at. This is my backyard. It's really big and good. Let's do this, you guys. Okay, we got all types of things over here. New stuff since I've been out here last, which is kind of crazy. But let's go right here. Here we can see a red dead nettle. So let's talk about it. I saw online that they were nicknamed fairy horns because apparently if you take one of the flowers, it resembles a bungle. And that's why, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, moving on. This next flower I think has to be my favorite one in my backyard right now. Let me show you. It looks different than when I last saw her, but it is the wild bleeding heart. Kind of see where it got its name from, but it actually has a crazy folklore story. To keep things short, basically the story is about a prince who is pursuing this princess and he gives her all of these gifts and she rejects him every time. And then he kills himself. And basically the story is about this tragedy, this tragic love. And on that note, let's explore the rest of my backyard. Most of it is concentrated up here. Oh, what is this? A narcissus? Hello. Yeah, so this is a narcissus, but it's also known as daffodils. They're kind of dead right now, but funny thing about its name, it's from Greek mythology, Narcissus, who fell in love with his reflection in the water. Because it's so beautiful, right? So beautiful. All right, let's move on. To pop under this tree and point out this violet, which I haven't talked about yet. But one thing I think is interesting about violets is that there's a bunch of different types and that they can also be blue, white, or even yellow. Everyone, my storage is about to go out, but let's talk hairy bittercress. Oh my God. The hairy bittercress became butterweed. This is crazy. I was about to talk hairy bittercress, but somehow the butterweed took over and I can't even find it. Now I'm looking back, that thing earlier that exploded, I think we can see some, I don't know. That was the hairy bittercress because it matured. And I remember talking about it in class. I just didn't realize it actually exploded. But on the positive side, guess what I found? honeysuckles. They seem a little too immature to try. I mean, maybe not this, but seem a little too mature to try them. Yeah, womp. No, they are. But that's where the woodpecker is. Sorry, I know it's not a bird class, but this is just cool. Oh, okay, bye. But fun fact, they're known to ward off the evil spirits. Another fun fact, there's a bee on my head. Another fun fact is that it's also my birth flower. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed my backyard wildflower tour. Sorry, I got a little distracted, but yes, thank you.